Kabwe has a population of about 202,000. That is the 2010 census. But the projection this time around 2017 were around 227.
Garbage is a very big challenge. I should begin by first of all admitting. And the challenge we are having as a local authority is coming up with initiatives to clean the markets. Most of our markets don't have enough bins to support the agenda of people utilizing those bins, and also skip loaders and skip bins, so that in areas like markets where garbage is or rubbish is generated in high volumes.
So we are talking about in tonnage, and the residents of Kabwe are producing. Each individual here in Kabwe produces about 0.6 kg per day of waste. If you translate that by the 202,000 people per capita per day, it means that per day Kabwe produces about 44,000 tons of waste. Waste in its own, left unattended to. Like we've seen sometimes in our communities, we have waste in streets, in drainages, sometimes even in our rubbish pits behind our homes. If you leave this waste unattended to, this is a breeding sites of mosquitoes, this is a breeding sites of rats, and these are rich grounds at which these disease carrying vectors breed from. So it's waste unattended becomes is a hazard, in short, to the community.
So the project that we are hoping to carry out over the next 2.5 years is to help in using the waste that comes from the market to convert it to energy. So today I'm hoping to meet all of you and interact with you to know the challenges that you have in, for example, the use of energy, the production of waste, and basically how the market operates and how you use fuel at home. The Scottish government is really keen on providing support and learning as much as it can from this pilot project, and hopefully we can transform, we can spread that across from this market to other markets. So this will be our pilot project.
So what we would like to see in this community and in the market, where do the resources coming from for you, so what you are actually selling, and then we can, as you said before, we would like to see those waste, organic waste mostly, separated. Once the organic waste is separated, there will be a continuous feed-in to the biodigester into this plastic or containment. The the digestion will take place, and the biogas will be formed, which will be taken into a balloon, or it will be taken into a containment that will be holding the gas. That gas, which is created there, could be used for cooking or any other type of usage for burning the gas safely. Not only gas will be produced, but also as continuous feeding is going into the digester, on the other end there will be a fertilizer, liquid fertilizer coming out that could be used back on the lands for farmers. This process can not only take place in one confined area, but also distributed in many small units. If the organic matter is well separated and we know what is inside, then the process can be sustained. That to maintain the process, and if we share this knowledge with you, it would be easily managed amongst the community, and everybody can do it for themselves.
I know it's the process we need to start separating, because whatever rubbish that have been disposed there, it's a mixture of plastics, paper, what and what. So as we go on, I know you've come with the knowledge which we are going to impart to our people, so that at least we see how we are going to separate these waste. You're coming in, otherwise we are very happy, and we humbly say you are almost welcome. Even that piece of land you are asking for, as long as leadership is there, the area is there, we are assuring you. And we are also assuring you 100 total support from my office and office of the WTC and office of the market. You are almost welcome, and we support this program.
Thank you.
We wanted to get an idea of how much energy you use, how much charcoal you use in a month or in a day, and how much it costs. And then from our own calculations, we'll be able to tell whether our project is going to be useful for someone who is owning a restaurant like this, or even someone who is at home, that they can, instead of using charcoal, which cuts down trees, we can use waste which just goes to the landfill. Yeah. So maybe the first question would be, how much charcoal do you use in a day? Yeah, or a week. Or how often do you buy a bag of charcoal?
A week I use
2 bags. Okay, that's the 50 kilo. Okay.
Mary from Rehab. Yeah. So the project participants, as I said, were Aquaterra, Rehab, and Nature Guard. So we looked at, with Andre, we looked at what responsibilities we all have. So from Nature Guard, we have the monitoring and evaluation. And then from Aquaterra, we have the quality control and financial aspect. From Rehab, we have the technical specifications. So in terms of that, as you can see, we have Nature Guard, who are going to do the volunteer outreach and the training. And then some of these aspects also interlock in terms of training. Things like the training will be done by all three, Rehab, Aquaterra, and Nature Guard. And then for the technical specifications, there are things like the permit applications and certifications, which will be done by us. And then from Aquaterra, it's mainly the financing, and quality control and evaluation of the overall project. So this is quite similar. The project delivery is quite similar to the previous. What does NatureGuard bring into the project? Basically, they want to, or we pictured that they would impact the local community, and they would have volunteers from the local community and work with them. And from the scope of the rehab, we have the biodigester itself and the briquette making machine. And from Aquaterra, we will have the continuous ensuring of reporting and documentation and ensuring that it's all to standard. So given our application, this was our project statement, and it's good to have that as to keep reminding ourselves of this. And also, this is also a statement that was used to deliver or to get some of our KPIs, so that we can keep referring back to this statement. In terms of rehab, we would ensure that the biogas rates are feasible and that they're produced according to the specifications that we've given in the technical specifications sheet. We would also look at the continuity of production and the overall cost efficiency of this biodigester, so that we can apply it to future projects. Also, in terms of the briquette making machine, we would want to know how much calories are contained in the husks and the material that we're going to put into the machine itself. So that's, looking at that, we would understand, if we have that as a guidance, we would understand whether or how successful the machine itself is. And then overall, we would have the self-sufficiency of the delivered assets. This means that when we install these two projects, would they continue without the guidance of NatureGuard and the guidance of Rehab or Aquaterra? So self-sufficiency in the sense that once we do the training and the implementation, the women and the different schools and stakeholders will be able to continue this project by themselves without relying on us for any sort of feedback.
Data. So we moved the ground rules. So it's always very kind of there are no right and there are no wrong answers here, they're all right answers. They're all here today, not so. I'm like, oh no, I look
Moiseni Mkwai. Good morning, my name is Mary. I'm from, as he said, I'm from Kenya. We are running a renewables energy company called Rehab. We're here to present to you our project, which is a biogas digester. So we have partnered with the 3 companies. We have NatureGuard, Chileshe is representing them. And then there's Aquaterra, my colleague George, and then Rehab from Kenya. So 3 companies, one in Scotland, one here, and then one in Kenya. So the project is about waste recycling. What we want to do is to use organic waste, as in vegetables, tomatoes, and also another aspect, you can also use chicken manure or animal manure. So we want to generate gas using the biodigester. I'll just show you a picture quickly. So what we do is you take the waste and you put it on inside the collection tank, which in this case is the middle part of the system. So after a few days, in this case after 20 to 30 days, there'll be a process called anaerobic digestion, and in this process the bacteria breaks down the organic waste and then biogas is produced. So once the gas is produced at the top, we will send it to a collection unit. In this case we'll use a tire tube, and this gas can be used for cooking as well as lighting. We're going to show you a little demonstration in the form of this. So this is a prototype, a very small one, which we just did in the house. So we have the collection unit, which is where the waste is in. The waste is inside this collection unit. As you can see, we did this yesterday at around 17 hours. So if we sealed everything, there's no air coming into this system. So when you do this, you can see that some gas has already been collected. So if we were to light a fire and punch a hole through this storage container, we would have, basically the fire would light, and this fire is the same one that we would be using for the cooking. So what we're going to do at Shitima School is we're going to set up a 250-liter container, like that size, the big blue drum. And what we plan on using as the waste is the nshima, beans, and organic waste that is produced from the kitchen. And then we plan to use the gas for cooking at the kitchen.
So with that, I'd like to thank you all so much for coming today. I hope it's been a good learning experience. I hope you can take this, both the young and the old, take this and transfer it, apply, read more, ask these guys questions. There's a whole team at the back. After this meeting, just feel free to go and ask them further questions. And then we will get together again now to do a proper kit sometime before the end of this year.